Twitching. Was it twitching?
Oh yeah, there's a squirrel in your freezer. What? What?
When you reach for that yay.
Yeah, careful, don't grab the squirrel.
Did you play any tricks? Like maybe actually hide it behind one of the sandwiches?
Now, was this a humanely, like...
It was bought from a guy who that's his business.
Is
a trapper.
Killing squirrels?
And raccoons. He did refer to the raccoon as a coon.
Yeah.
On his eBay.
Oh, really?
That's how you know it's legit.
I'm looking for... Can I get a coon? You got coons?
This was the guy where it was like a couple days after. I bought on a Wednesday. He said 4 business days, so I just typed on Friday. Just wondering if this roll got shipped. I'm really excited to work on my project. Thanks again. That's all. He responds, like within an hour, can't you read? No, I ship on Mondays. All right. So yeah.
Well, I gotta find squirrels on the weekend.
Right.
So we could put a little black electrical tape or duct tape behind here just to make it black. So
yeah.
That's really good, though.
We're rolling.
okay, so hey guys.
We're on a forklift.
So
Let me kill the music and actually ask these folks. Do you mind if we get a little quiet on the set? I want to get some audio from them. Guys, thank you.
Fine, we're gonna walk over.
What was your first name again, bud?
I'm Jim.
Jim Alexander. Thanks for having us. Yes, sir. Joshua Nicholas here.
So you've got your roadkill here. There's a wire armature in it, so you can hose the arms and the hands, legs, feet. The head has some little bit because there's a wire going through his body, and the tail also has been figured with the wire armature inside.
And that's what you installed, obviously.
Yeah,
wow.
I installed that in, sewed him up, he's been stuffed. I just put him in a kind of humorous, blasted state to show. And what we'll do is on the back, there is a red rubber banded indicated elbow valve, 90-degree valve, with a red rubber band in his lower left butt cheek area. And you'll take your turkey baster and your tube, red rubber band on one end of the tube, blue on the other. The reason is so you just, not only to just be fancy, but you put the red to the red. The reason is the blue has a very tiny little hole for you pipe smokers. You understand what the reason is for that. It allows for the air to circulate back into the tube. Because the balloon, you stick this in, keep your thumb over the hole or whatever.
That's amazing.
And then the balloon's sucking all the air out, so you gotta let that up, and then it'll free up.
Wow. And so let's try to mimic a heartbeat.
It's like big one, little one. Big one, little one. So I've got my finger over the hole, okay? Press the chest down gently because it is, right up against the balloon there. Hold the finger over the hole on the blue end of the tube. I got my right hand on the big base. Big pump, little pump. Lift up the finger on the tube. Big pump, little pump.
So explain to me what the so it's like a carb.
Hmm?
Your thumb's on the carb right now.
I don't know.
Like a carb, you're actually letting the air back out.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So I'm holding it up there. All the air is going in. Let it out. Lift up on the finger. Hold it over the thumb. That's it.
Nice. That's great, man. That looks so real.
So yeah.
His whole body almost twitches when you do that.
And depending on how close you want the camera at certain times, you just give them a little, I don't know what you want to do, a little movement or whatever.
Wow. I'm definitely gonna play with it.
Yeah.
And then you got, you said something on your message about the consistency of the blood.
Sure, yeah, we'll mix that right now for you. Blue to blue, red to red.
And I don't know if it's because of light or what. But when you do that, do you mind getting on the opposite side of the table so I can capture audio directly at you, so I'm away from the cars?
No problem.
Nice.
The stuff with sawdust, there's some heavy card or paper in there to just balloons up against paper, so there's a firm thing that's right there.
Okay.
And then,
So and you said to be gentle with it. when you
yeah,
pump it.
just be. I mean,
Not to
it-
burst the balloon.
well, that's pretty much it. I mean, it is under such little pressure, that hand squeeze from the it's not going to burst it or anything.
Okay.
But if you do decide to flatten it, just note where you're flattening it. I figured if you do want to flatten it further, I mean, you can literally just step on it and push it how you want to.
Ah, okay, that's right. 'Cause so we can't obviously run over it with a car anymore.
You could. I mean,
Really?
as long as you don't. There's the valve right there. It's sewed into the
Yeah.
underside of the skin,
Okay.
and but I left a lot of space in there to press it down or however you want it to.
Interesting.
It's really like, I mean, it's like a doll. It's just stuffed with sawdust, which is what they use, which helps to dry it out, absorb a lot of the moisture of the inner epidermal side. So, but I didn't have the guy preserve it with. Basically, that's just dumping a bunch of sawdust, because that would make it like a hide, like a tan hide, that hard. So that's what they do. Really, when they from my minimal research, when they preserve hides and stuff, like drum skin stuff, they just put a bunch of salt on it, a bunch, dust it off, do it again, let it sit for 3 days, it sucks it all up, and then you proceed to put it rub it in, just like you would work in a baseball glove. So, but I didn't have him do that, so that it would be
Real.
so do that.
Because we're not doing a taxidermy with it, obviously.
No.
Wait, you said so. When I do run it over or step on it or go over it with a bicycle, I want to make sure the balloon is deflated, because if it was inflated, it would pop.
Well, I mean, it's just going to be, it's not inflated now. It's on the end of a tube, it's rubber banded, it's taped. The thread, like the nylon thread, the real heavy sewing thread that I use to sew the tube in is, it's sewed to the skin, so the balloon won't move from its chest area. Otherwise, over time, it might like scoot a little bit. But it's just right around the chest. It's sewed in. The valve to connect the tube to operate it is sewed in that spot. And so it's really just from here, the whole lower legs, haunches, press down, and we are there.
There's a rib cage in there.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's just stuff.
Oh, it's the outer area where you stitch. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. It looks great. And then look at that fur. What a nice color. He died for science, is how I say it. And for art.
For art and experimental practical.
That's amazing. So when we dress it,
Yeah, so we'll do that.
stuff.
We're gonna go. I just wanted to sit here because